Hello and welcome to VCP 136, Multimedia Production 1. There is no Multimedia Production 2, but anyway, I am John Cohn. I'm going to be the professor for the course. So obviously this is going to be online, so this is meant as an introduction basically on how the course is going to run. I know for many of you this is not our preferred method of teaching or learning. Definitely isn't for me, but this is where we're at. I think, I've been saying it in all my classes, but, every obstacle is an opportunity. So, people only adapt and evolve based on, perseverance through hardships and what have you, right? So what doesn't kill us makes us stronger. It's definitely a very true statement. So look at this as an opportunity to grow as a person and to learn new things. I'm going to try and up my online teaching game, I guess. So I'm trying to re-bolster my curriculum and what have you. So let's see what we can do, all right? Okay, so first things first. What we need to do is Blackboard, okay? So this course obviously is going to be utilizing Blackboard. So go to your favorite web browser, or your least favorite one, really. I'm not gonna judge. So go to the web browser, type in cecil.blackboard.com. Now I'll log out so you can see, but obviously you're gonna go to cecil.blackboard.com. Type in your username, type in your password, log in. You probably already know how to do this because if you're in multimedia, you've been in previous courses. It's not an intro course. Go to your courses. Go to multimedia. You can see I only teach a couple of courses. Okay, so multimedia. And here we are going to see our business. So, right off the bat, the first thing you should do, and this is probably more than likely most if not all of your courses are probably online right now. And if you're wondering where you should start for those courses, it's probably where it says start here. So you're going to click on start here, and then that's where you should start. That's the entry point of the course, okay? And then I'm going to explain where everything else is laid out and why it's laid out the way it is and what the things are. But that's where you should probably start, is click right on start here, okay? So right off the bat, it says start here. You're in the right spot. So click on the course overview, and it's just going to basically say what the course is, which you probably already know if you signed up for the course. It has the description. That's what that is. Things that you should be doing according to this. And then there's just a link to week 1, which is right here. Okay, so let's go back to start here, because there's one other thing we need to do besides that, and that is this required hardware and software. So more than likely you probably, because again, this isn't an intro course, you should know whether your computer is capable of running Adobe Animate. That's what we're going to be using exclusively for this course. So you can click on this, and this will just a link to the system requirements, but really, just don't worry about that. Now, if you already have a subscription, I would just keep the subscription. But they are doing a thing, so you don't need to buy a subscription. You can actually download it for free. Because obviously we're not having it face-to-face courses, the software is not... we don't normally require you guys to purchase the software, right? The VCP department, the Visual Communication Program. We have a lab, and you can just work in the lab. So you could work in the lab during class, and then outside of class we have open lab hours as well, but obviously that's not possible. So instead, I'm not sure if it's the Creative Cloud that's doing it or if it's Cecil that's making it happen, but either way, between the two of them, you can actually download the Creative Cloud for free. These are the directions right here, so just follow these instructions, and that should guide you through it. But basically, you're just going to use your Cecil email address. Like I said before, though, I wouldn't, if you already have a subscription, I would just keep that, because there's a penalty for closing it out, and they're doing it for this semester. I'm assuming it's not going to be for next semester. So, I don't know how long this is going to last or what they're going to do with it or any of that. So, this will get us through this course, but I don't know what it's going to do in the future. So, you can download it there, but what you are going to need, what we're going to be using here is going to be Adobe Animate. That's the program we're going to be using. There's also, you might want to grab Adobe Photoshop. I'm assuming you probably already have it anyway, or Illustrator, or whatever your favorite graphics creation software is. I would grab that as well. We'll be making the graphics primarily in there, but there will be later on, you can kind of have your own options if you want to make it in something else. a good portion of the students usually do, then you can do it that way. So anyway, there's that. All right. So let me just go over what the other sections are. So you go to start here, and then it's going to send you to week 1. But I'll cover week 1 in a moment. What I want to do instead first is actually just kind of cover what these other things are, and then we'll go into week 1 here. Okay. So right off the bat, I'm just going to kind of go from the top up. So your grades are right there. That's fine. Faculty information. So if you click on that, in every course that you have should have this in there. Whether it was face-to-face, this was supposed to be done even back in pre-pandemic days. But basically, it'll have all the information about the person teaching the course. Okay, so in this case, it's obviously me. So there's my email. So if you need my email address, it's right there. Here's a picture of me so you know what I look like. This is my work phone. So this is the phone at Cecil. I'm not there, in case you couldn't tell. So don't bother calling that number. I ain't going to answer it. I wouldn't have answered it before. So that's unless you want to leave like angry messages so when I get back I can laugh at them. Otherwise it's not going to benefit us. Office location, again, kind of doesn't really matter. And then I have this number here. So what I did is I made a second number for my phone that is specific, that I'm going to call my Cecil number. But basically, this phone number actually goes right to my telephono, okay? So if you're running into an issue, you can email me. You know, I would probably email first, but also just text me. Don't call me, because it's 2020 and people don't call anymore. If I start getting phone calls from you, we're not buddies. Just text me and be like, hey, I'm stuck on something, or is this due, or whatever. And I'll just text back, or I'll call you and be like, hey, what are you stuck on? Maybe I can, that way I can more quickly guide you through it, right? Because especially in this class, there's going to be a bit of coding involved. So you might get like stuck, you might get frustrated. It's like, oh, it's doing it. Like, just text me and let me just see if I can quickly fix it. These are my dedicated hours here. Okay, so those would be the best hours to do that. But honestly, whatever. I'm here to help you. That's what I want to do. I want to try and make this as painless and hopefully enjoyable, maybe, as possible. All right. So yeah, so there's that. I use a personal website. If you've been in any of my classes before, you will know that. So that's the link to the website. It's had a bit of a facelift. Some parts are a little bit rough still, but that's the website. So that's that, right? Good. All right. Now, there's also this virtual meeting area. So if you were in class last semester when COVID happened, you'll remember that a lot of the classes started being on Collaborate. So that's what this is. It's a Blackboard Collaborate. It's basically Zoom built into Blackboard. So if, for instance, you text me or email me, you're like, hey, I'm having a problem. Like, hey, let's go on Collaborate. Let's go on the virtual meeting area. This is where you're going to go. You'll click here, and then I will create a session. And then this way I can see you. You can see me. I can see your screen. You know what I mean? So we have tools available to us to hopefully make this a little bit easier. Here's a quick way of just emailing me. That's also how I email you guys. It's probably how I'm going to email this message currently to you. Then we have discussions and assignments and announcements. So announcements are basically things where I'll just write messages to the class. Most of the time, it's probably just going to be me being like, you guys are terrible. No one's handing in assignments. Get your work done. It's probably what's going to be. It's a lot of prodding. I'll say in a very positive way, and then mean. Discussions are the discussion boards. So we right now have the introduction discussion board. That's the one that's going to be due for the first week. But we'll have other ones as well later on. And then we have assignments, and all the assignments will be posted here. I should probably put links to the discussion in here too. That way you can tell that they're part of the assignments. The discussions do get graded. It's a completion grade for the most part. Just do them and you'll be fine. Okay, so this is how the course is actually going to work though. So every week, midnight at Monday, the new course material for the week will be posted, okay? So this one's already up because I just put it up there, but that means that 1 week from Monday, either today if you're watching it on Monday, or tomorrow if you're watching it on Sunday, I will post the next week, okay? And then you will have that week, click on it, you'll have that week to basically complete what's on this list. So you'll get what's done on this list, and then the next week will be week 2. You'll do what's on that list. So you have that week to basically before the next material is posted. Now, I will accept late stuff to some degree. Basically, if you go past the week, it'll be a letter grade reduction, but you only have 2 weeks to submit stuff. After that, you can just forget it. It's just going to be a 0. Okay? So that's how it's going to work. So every week you're just going to go boom, and then all you're going to do, so this week you'll hit this thing and maybe look around Blackboard, but basically next week on Monday, do Monday, because, you know, give yourself time to get things done. You'll click on week 2, and then you'll just go da-da-da-da-da, and then the next week click on week 3, and just like that, right? And I'll probably keep the old weeks up just in case you need them for reference or something, but I'm not going to reveal the other weeks until that week. That way you don't get overwhelmed. All right. So you're going to click on week 1, and then it says week 1 introduction. And basically it's just an outline. It just says like what you should be able to, what we're going to cover, and then what the things are that we're going to do. Okay. I'm going to click back on week 1. And then week 1 lecture is just a link to my website. So you click on that. It's going to open up my web page to the class specific page. And so I use a website. If you haven't been in my class before, basically, if we were in a face-to-face class, right, I would have 2 things, or a typical class would basically probably have PowerPoints, and they would probably have like demonstrations or labs, okay, of some sort. That's basically what I use the website for. So all my notes are going to be on there, as well as like tutorial videos, course materials. Like if I'm giving you an assignment, these are the files you need in order to complete the assignment. Just general information, any interesting articles that might be out there. I post them all in this. It's very much more flexible, you know, so it's a little bit better. So what you're going to do is you click on that, and then you're literally just going to scrub down. So basically what you want to do is every time you do anything, you just go from the top and work your way down, okay? So same thing here. I'm going to work from my top and then work my way down. So you'll just scrub down. You go, yep, okay, and there'll be like things. When you get to the very bottom, you'll see that I post what the assignment is, okay? So there'll be the assignment here, and then there'll be, it's always going to be 4 things. So you can see these are the 4 things that are being graded. And then, so the resources for the assignment is basically the assignment video tutorials, which will be right here. The lab materials, which are basically the files that I use in the tutorials. And then I also added, I'm only going to do it for this week, but in case it's helpful for you, one of the things that's going to kind of stink is that normally, if we were in a face-to-face class, right, you'd be on a computer, and then I would have my stuff projected or on a big TV in front of us. And so you could look up, look down, look up, look down. Works fine. Problem is that now you're going to be watching a video, like this one, and if you're trying to watch the video and also trying to work, you have to like open and close, and you know what I mean? It's just, it's not a great way of working. Best case scenario is that you have multiple monitors. So I have multiple monitors. In fact, I have notes over here so that I know what to say, even though it sounds like I'm rambling. I am, but it's guided rambling. I keep notes and things over here, so you might see me look over here, and I keep my music and Netflix and whatever up on this one. Best case scenario is you have 2 monitors, you can put one thing on one, and then you work on another, right? So you can just kind of, but I'm assuming most of you, if not all, probably don't have that. If you can afford an extra one, even if you have a laptop, they make portable ones. I think they just plug in through USB. Even that would be better than nothing. So anyway, that'd be best case scenario. Second best would be maybe if you had like a nice big tablet, you could put the video tutorials on the tablet, you know what I mean, and set that over there, and then work over here, and then you could just hit play and stop. That would maybe even be better than the monitor, but that would be good. I think this is going to be a little too small probably to use. I mean, you could try it. Maybe it'll be fine. You guys are more used to these phones than I am. That's another thing. But let's say none of that's a possibility. There's this program called Ghostit. You don't have to use it. I'm just throwing it out there. It only is on PC, unfortunately, but it might be helpful to you. So basically, if you click on it here, right, if you middle click, it'll open up in a new tab. I don't know if you know that. You click on it here, it'll download it. Okay, I'm not going to because I already downloaded it. And then it'll look like this, and you just right click. Come on, extract all. And then it will extract it. And then, let me grab, I have the folder on my other monitor. Man, oh, sorry. Where are you at, Ghostit? There it is. Okay. It'll extract to this folder, open the folder up, and then you're going to see this little exe. It doesn't install, so you'd have to like put this folder somewhere. But anyways, you double click on this, and then you're going to see it's already running. It's going to be running. You're going to look down here, and then in your taskbar, or start menu, but I think it's taskbar, down here, you'll see a little ghost guy. Ooh, spooky, right? So what happens if you double click on that, it's going to give you a little ghost man on your cursor, okay? Then what you can do is you can click any window you want. I'm going to click this one, and then it's going to ghost it. So now you see how it's see-through? But this is what's different about it, is that basically, what it'll do is that, I don't know if you can tell, this is in front, but you can see I can see through. Now you see it's a little too transparent, right? I can't actually see the thing that I want. I can't actually see it that well. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to put it in the corner. So imagine that this is a video or a reference image or something like that. So I'll put it up here. Let's say it's a YouTube video. What I can do is this. I could right-click on this little icon and go to Configure, and I can adjust the inactive window. So this is when it's active, and this is when it's inactive. And I can make it much higher. So 80, let's try 75. 69, okay. And I'll hit Apply. And now you'll see when I have this and I have it bigger, you can see I can see it, but it's not behind my monitor. So if you have a part of your scene, you know, like maybe I'm working over here, I could put it in the area that I'm not really working in. You can keep it over there, and that way you can kind of see what's going on while working over here. It just basically, all it does is just make it so that you can always see it all the time. That's what it does. It just makes it transparent. I've shown students before, they literally, all they did, because I was like, oh, I saw them using it, I'm like, great, and I look, and literally what they're doing is they have it maximized, and they were working in a 3D application, and they're just watching Netflix, like, through while they're working. Like, it's like, wow, still enriched their life, I guess. But if you want to turn it off, all you have to do is just go here, right-click, and just unghost all. That'll unghost everything. And then, you don't have to use it, it's just, maybe it'll be helpful to you, I don't know. So anyways, there's so this is the lab for the assignment video tutorial. Okay, so that's Ghostit. This is the lab material. So you click on that. It's going to be a zip folder. It'll have, in this case, has 2 image files that you're going to use. And this obviously is not the lab currently, but I'll have the lab posted here. I already made the videos. I wanted to post them chronologically, so I didn't actually upload them yet because this is the first one. But they'll be in here, and you're just going to follow it. And then you can see, again, here's the lab materials right there. And you're going to follow along, okay? And then at the end, I just put, make sure you get these things done. Okay, so let me go up. There's one other thing I want to talk about while we're here, and that's the assignments. So basically, the way it's going to work is like this. We're going to have labs, projects, and discussion boards. Those are the 3 categories. Over here, you can see how they're weighted, right? So labs are 50%, projects are 40%, and discussion boards are 10, all right? And there's 13, 4, and 5. So the labs basically are due every week. They're basically what we would be doing in class, but now you're doing it this way. And you're just going to submit it, and it's sort of like, as long as you do it and it looks good and you didn't obviously not do it, it should be a pretty easy A for the most part. Okay, so basically that's sort of like you doing classwork. The projects are like what the projects would have been if we were in a normal class. Those are long form, okay? And basically, there's 4 of them. One is an animated sequence, and then a motion graphic narrative, so basically like a comic strip that's animated. A game, like a simple casual game, and then a final project app, okay? That's what the projects are going to be. Those projects are due at the end of the semester. You can do them whenever you want. As long as you put them in before the semester is over, you're fine. The labs are due each week. So, this has got to be done this week, all right? Like I said, I'll give you a letter grade reduction, and then it'll become a 0. But so it's somewhat flexible and somewhat not flexible at all. This way, it's kind of in the middle. The projects are basically the same thing as the labs. So, you're going to see, my lab, this one is going to be to draw out stuff, and then the lab next week is going to be of an animated sequence, and the week after that, it's going to be to make the graphics, and then the last one's going to be animation. So those 3 labs would basically be what the first project is, but the project you're doing on your own. And there's no limitations, and you can be creative about it, and you're not trying to just mimic what I'm doing. You're doing what you're doing. So again, later on the labs, I'll have a lab, and it's making a game, and we'll make a platformer game, right? So we're going to do the graphics in one, and then we'll code some stuff and do some animation and whatever, and those will be different labs. But you will also make a game on your own outside of what those labs are. The labs you make are the same as what I'm making. The projects are of your own thing. But the labs are basically the same as the project. So it's just a way to reinforce while also allowing you to be creative and, do your own thing. And then the discussion boards, you'll see that there's 5 of them. So there's one more than projects. Every project, when you submit it, you also want to post a discussion board entry. And basically, I just want you to post it on there so people, and you put a brief description about it, and then people will basically critique it, okay? So every project also will have a discussion board entry, all right? I don't think I put those up yet, but I'll put those up soon. And then there's one extra one. That's just because this week you're going to do an introduction post and just basically introduce yourself so that we can all, sing Kumbaya and be friends and things. All right, so that's what this is. Hopefully that made some sense to you. Okay, let's go back to Blackboard. All right, so you'll click on that, and basically you're just going to go through and just consume the material, read what's there, watch the videos, whatever I put in there, just kind of do it. Then after that, it's basically probably going to be, like this week there's a discussion board, next week there won't be. So you'll click on this, and that'll bring me to the discussion board, like directly. In this case, read this first, but then go ahead and poke, because that's basically the directions for what you want to do. And then I'll say, like, hello, I am John Cohn. And then you'll write, like, things, right? Yeah, okay. And then I'm just going to click cancel, because I don't really want to do that. Let's go back to week 1. So that'll bring, okay. So I'll do that. This will bring me directly to the assignment. So I'll click on that, and then I'll see the assignment here. And then you can see the resources for the assignment here. So it just says watch the video tutorials at the bottom of the web page. It literally is just going to send you here. And then you just scroll all the way down to the video tutorials. This is the lab materials that you need to do the assignment here, the lab. And then you just click on this, and then you'll just submit. When you're done, you'll just submit it here. Pretty sure I put a video tutorial on how to do this too, so that should be on this part of the tutorial series. But you'll post it here and submit it. And if you want to leave any kind of comments, like, oh, this part was really hard, but I really like doing it. You're a terrible speaker. Things like that, right? You can also get to the assignments by just clicking on assignments over here. All the assignments will be here. So you see it's grayed out because it's not actually posted yet. It's there. It's just, it's only going to be available at August 24th, which is tomorrow. Okay, so that's what that is. Go back to week 1. Okay, and then you'll see week 1 checklist. I'm just going to put this on every week, and all you got to do basically is like, it's just like a catch-all. Be like, did you do these things? If you did these things, then you're good for the week. Okay, so basically, did you explore the course on Blackboard? Yes, I did. Did I visit the website? I did, and I read the materials. Did I post the introduction board? I did. And then, did I complete the assignment? Boom. And then as long as you did those, you're muy bueno, and you're good to go. Okay? Where are we at? 23. Okay. So that's roughly how the course is going to run. Hopefully that made sense for you. That was obviously my goal. If there are any issues, so for one, if you're running into, like, oh, I'm having difficulty, or like even stupid things like, this, I can't get the software to install, or, I don't know how to do it, or something like that. Whatever it is, let me know. I'm here to help you. That's what I'm here for. Okay? And there might be a pathway to have someone help you in some way. Even if it's a technology issue, there's things we can do. Okay? So don't give up based off of that. Also, help me because I haven't really taught much online, particularly asynchronously, which is what this is, meaning we're not actually meeting even digitally. I'm just putting the material out there. So if you see, like, my website, there's something messed up on it, like it has like a different assignment from like a different class, which is highly likely because I kind of copy them and that's how I do it, or, a link doesn't work, or the material's not posted, or, even if it's a misspelling. If you see that stuff, just let me know, because then I'll fix it. You know what I mean? I have a lot of classes I'm teaching, and a lot of them are asynchronous, and I'm trying to get my ducks in a row as much as possible, make things, clear. But if I'm not, let me know. You know what I mean? That's how I improve. Be nice about it, because I'm a sensitive guy. But that's how you improve. It's, just lying to someone and saying they're great isn't going to make them better. So just if there's something, you think I could do better even, let me know, either through an email or the text message or whatever. Okay? Hopefully that made sense. I'm excited for this semester. I think this is going to be a cool opportunity to, like, really make some interesting and fun work. And I'm curious to see what you guys are capable of. Best wishes, guys. Stay safe. Good luck.